You ever get that feeling on a Sunday morning where the shop just smells right? It's that mix of yesterday's walnut shavings and the faint scent of motor oil. It's like the boards are just sitting there waiting for you to make a mistake so they can teach you something.
That is remarkably poetic for a man who spent 20 minutes this morning trying to find the pencil he was literally holding behind his ear.
Listen, that pencil was in a different dimension for a moment. It's a quantum physics thing. But welcome to the TigerDen Daily for July 12th. We've got a lot of ground to cover today. From the massive shift in how we keep the internet cool to a jigsaw that actually plays nice with your wallet.
We're starting with tools, which is your favorite way to spend money you don't have. Kenny Kohler just put out his list of the top power tools for 2026, and it looks like the cord is officially a relic of the past.
It really is. I remember when cordless meant you could drill about 3 holes before the battery gave up the ghost and you had to go have a sandwich while it recharged. Now, these things have more torque than my first truck. Specifically that Skill 20V brushless jigsaw, the JS8290B.
Skill? Really? You're usually such a tool snob. If it doesn't cost as much as a used sedan, you usually won't touch it.
Hey, I've learned the hard way that a high price tag is sometimes just a fancy sticker. This skill unit is a different animal. It's not trying to win a drag race against the high-end industrial saws. But the way it holds a line, it's got this steady, predictable pulse. It's like a well-trained horse. It doesn't bolt on you when you hit a knot in the wood.
And the brushless motor makes that much of a difference?
It's the friction, Alex. Or rather, the lack of it. Old brushed motors are basically tiny lightning storms inside a plastic casing. They get hot, they wear down, and they're thirsty for power. This brushless tech feels more like a surgical instrument. It's efficient. You're putting the energy into the wood, not into melting the internal components of the tool.
Speaking of things not melting, let's talk about the big world. There's a massive boom in HVAC right now, specifically because of AI. Apparently, all those chatbots and image generators are running hot, and someone has to keep the servers from turning into expensive space heaters.
It's wild, isn't it? We used to think of HVAC as crawling under a porch to kick a rusted condenser unit back to life. But these data centers, that's high stakes cooling. If those systems go down, the digital world stops spinning. It's turned the trade into a specialized science.
It's not just fixing the AC anymore. It's infrastructure management. And I saw that ACHR News is looking for nominations for the top women in HVAC for 2026.
It's about time that side of the industry got the spotlight. I've met some female tin knockers and techs who could troubleshoot a complex manifold system while I'm still looking for my pencil. It's a great career path because it requires a specific kind of analytical brain. If you're a woman looking to break into a trade where you're actually respected for your precision, that's the place to be right now.
Let's pivot to the maker mogul side of things. If you're building things to sell, eRank just dropped the July trend report for Etsy. And Tiger, I know you hate the word SEO, but we have to talk about it.
SEO, it sounds like something a doctor tells you to eat more of.
It's search engine optimization, you dinosaur. Basically, people are searching for handmade walnut like crazy this month, but here's the catch. Everyone is using that tag.
That's the trap. You throw your hat into a ring with 10,000 other hats and wonder why nobody picks yours. I always tell people, don't just say it's a bowl. Tell them it's a live edge black walnut fruit bowl with natural tongue oil finish. You have to be specific enough that the person looking for exactly what you make can actually find you in the dark.
It's that Venn diagram moment, where what you're passionate about hits what you're actually good at, and then, the rarest sliver of all, where people are actually willing to open their wallets for it.
Exactly. You can be the world's best maker of wooden toothpicks, but if nobody's buying bespoke toothpicks this July, you're just a guy with a lot of very small sticks.
Since walnut is trending, let's talk about the actual work. The Maker channel just did a deep dive on finishing it. You're a walnut guy. What's the secret sauce everyone misses?
Patience. That's the secret. People want to rush through the sanding. They get to 120 grit and think, yeah, it looks smooth enough. It's not. Walnut is a porous wood. If you don't prep it right, the finish is going to look like you painted it with honey and let a dog walk over it.
That's a vivid image. Thanks for that.
I've been there. I've tried to slap a finish on a project because I was excited to see the grain pop, only to realize I left swirl marks from the sander that look like crop circles. You have to work through the grits properly. And for walnut, I'm a big fan of those penetrating oils. Let the wood breathe. Let it look like wood, not like a piece of plastic.
What about the smaller stuff? I saw some tutorials on handmade baby gifts recently. That seems like a high reward project.
It's the best way to practice joinery, honestly. You're working on a small scale, so every mistake is magnified. But the stakes are high in a different way. You have to be so careful about the finishes. No toxic gunk. You're looking at beeswax, mineral oil, things that are safe if a toddler decides the rattle you made looks like a snack.
Which they will. They absolutely will.
It's a different kind of satisfaction. Building a dining table is a marathon. A baby rattle is a sprint, but it's a sprint where you're trying to balance an egg on a spoon the whole time. It forces you to be deliberate.
We're winding down for the day. Any parting wisdom for the makers heading into their shops this afternoon?
We talk about tools and careers and SEO, but at the end of the day, there's no correct way to do this. Whether you're learning how to fix a massive industrial chiller or you're just trying to get a dovetail to close without a gap, you could park a truck in, you're moving forward.
Even when you lose your pencil.
Especially then. That's just the shop demanding a moment of silence for your sanity. My takeaway for today is simple. Don't let the fear of ruining a nice piece of wood keep you from putting the blade to it. That walnut didn't grow for 80 years just to sit in your rack gathering dust. Give it a purpose, even if that purpose is becoming a very expensive lesson in what not to do.
Nicely said. If you want to see those tool specs or the HVAC nomination links, check the show notes. We'll see you in the forums.
Go build something worth talking about. We'll be here.